van was behind us. We had looked in Westchester, Connecticut, Long Island, and there was something about northern New Jersey that I said, this is where I want to live. Some of you are old enough to remember when the house was $13,000. When you really sprung from putting a dormer and 2 bedrooms and a bath upstairs, bringing it up to 15,100. We decided we couldn't afford to have the painting done upstairs, so Carol's father volunteered to paint upstairs. He spilled the paint, came down to get a cloth, walked through the living room in the new carpet, and when he was finished, poured the rest of the paint down the sink. My father could do nothing in the house. He went down to put the coal in, shake the fire, and we used to wait for him because he was dressed in suit and tie, and he went downstairs, and we would wait for that plaintive cry, "By God, Nora, you put the fire out." So I was never expecting more. I volunteered to do the bathroom, the wallpaper, and it was a fish swimming in a misty sea pattern. Unfortunately, I hung it upside down, giving the fish a particularly malevolent look. But I was always so happy there. The neighbors, we could let our kids run. It was really, there was a party line even on the phone. This is 55 years ago. It was so country. And I was so happy in the morning to get out that computer, not computer then, a typewriter, because I wanted to write with all my heart and soul. I had been sending out short stories for 6 years, and we were only in New Jersey 3 months when instead of getting the rejection slip, and I had been so used to them. I remember one editor wrote on the bottom of the rejection slip, "Mrs. Clark, your stories are light, slight, and trite." And I thought, I'll get you, baby. But that first letter came, the Extension magazine, a little magazine in the Midwest, wanted to buy Stowaway for $100. Just after moving to New Jersey, I became a published writer. Now, a quick one about that. It went nowhere at that time, absolutely nowhere. But it finally did slither into a bookstore. And I was writing radio shows, and I went with a couple of people in the office, and we happened to pass that bookstore. And there was my book about George Washington in the window. And I said, right up front. On the way back from lunch, we passed the bookstore, and the book was gone. I said, snapped up. That same evening, we walked past the bookstore, and there was a copy of the George Washington book in the window, and one of the guys said, "Whoever bought it returned it." Well,